Just in, the Spain to Denmark royal wedding that redefines luxury in 2025. Madrid. Early morning. The city hums with anticipation. Royal banners flutter in the breeze. The world expects a traditional ceremony, elegant, refined, predictable. But what unfolds between Spain and Denmark in 2025 isn't just another royal wedding. It's a spectacle that redefines the very meaning of luxury, love, and legacy. Because this time, the story isn't about protocol, it's about passion. Princess Leonor of Spain, Prince Christian of Denmark. Two heirs, two nations, one destiny. But what happens when centuries of tradition meet a new generation's vision of love? This is the wedding that changed everything, the day Europe paused, and the world watched in awe. From the very first moment, the energy was different. The cathedral's golden doors opened, revealing not just the future Queen of Spain, but a woman stepping into history on her own terms. Leonor's gown shimmered like sunlight on still water, handcrafted over 6 months by Spain's most revered designer, woven with threads of Danish silk, symbolizing the union of two monarchies through art and devotion. Every bead told a story, a silent tribute to both her grandmothers, the queens who paved her path. And then, the music. Not the expected regal march. A live orchestra blending Spanish guitar with Danish harp. A fusion of two worlds, old royalty meeting new rhythm. As Christian took his place, his gaze didn't waver for a second. The air between them was charged, not with duty, but with undeniable affection. Every step Leonor took down that aisle felt like a promise, that love could indeed exist within the crown. But behind the elegance, there were whispers. Months before, reports hinted at palace disagreements, questions about merging traditions, the pressure on both families, the delicate negotiations of royal protocol. Spain wanted grandeur. Denmark favored intimacy. Yet Leonor and Christian insisted on something else entirely: authenticity. They wanted a celebration that reflected who they were, not what the world expected them to be. And so they did the unthinkable. They broke the royal rulebook. Instead of centuries-old floral emblems, Leonor chose wildflowers from both nations, olive branches from Asturias, white roses from Copenhagen. Each table at the reception was adorned with handwritten notes from the couple themselves, messages of gratitude, love, and unity. Christian's speech. Completely unscripted. Heartfelt. Raw. He looked directly into Leonor's eyes and said, "You are not only the future of Spain, you are my forever." The audience fell silent. The kings and queens in attendance, visibly moved. But the true highlight of the day came later, away from the cameras. Inside the royal gardens, as twilight wrapped the palace in gold, the couple stole a moment alone. No attendants, no photographers, just Leonor and Christian, walking hand in hand through the orange blossoms. Eyewitnesses said they laughed freely, as though they'd escaped the weight of centuries for a few stolen minutes. It was in that quiet moment that the world saw what modern royalty could look like: human, tender, real. As night fell, the reception turned into a glittering masterpiece. Guests dined under a ceiling of thousands of twinkling lights designed to mimic the night sky over the Bay of Biscay, where Leonor once told Christian she felt most free. There were no rigid seating charts, no stiff ceremonial dances. Instead, there was laughter, music, joy. The future monarchs of Europe mingled with artists, athletes, and childhood friends. A symbolic gesture, that the crown could stand with the people, not above them. Throughout the evening, cameras captured moments that would go down in royal history. Queen Letizia, emotional yet proud, wiping a tear as her daughter danced. King Felipe placing a reassuring hand on Christian's shoulder, a silent welcome into the Spanish royal fold. And Queen Mary of Denmark, regal, graceful, exchanging a knowing smile with Leonor, as if to say, "You did it your way." But perhaps the most unexpected touch came during the couple's first dance. The music began softly, a blend of Spanish strings and Nordic harmony. Then, Christian whispered something into Leonor's ear. She laughed, that unmistakable, genuine laugh that captured millions of hearts. And together, they danced not like royals performing for their nations, but like two souls who had found home in each other. The press would later call it, the wedding that changed royal Europe. Not for its glamour, though it had plenty, but for its message. A union of nations, yes, but more importantly, a union of hearts. The next morning, as Spain awoke to headlines of celebration, the tone was unanimous. A new era has begun. Leonor and Christian had not only redefined royal elegance, they had redefined what monarchy could mean in the modern world. Compassion, partnership, equality, and beyond the luxury, beyond the stunning visuals, lay something deeper, a quiet revolution. Because luxury, in their eyes, wasn't gold, diamonds, or ancient tapestries. It was honesty. It was togetherness. It was being able to look across the aisle, see the person you love, and know that despite tradition, despite expectation, you chose each other. Weeks later, behind palace walls, the couple began preparing for what came next. Leonor's official role as queen-in-waiting. Christian's transition from crown prince to global partner. The media continued to buzz with fascination. How would this modern royal pair reshape Europe's dynasties? But those who knew them said the same thing: their love was grounded. Real. Built not on royal titles, but mutual respect and understanding. And as Spain and Denmark continue to celebrate this unprecedented union, the echoes of that wedding day still linger. The laughter, the tears, the whispered vows beneath cathedral ceilings. It wasn't just a royal wedding, it was a mirror held up to the future. Because when Princess Leonor and Prince Christian said, "I do," they didn't just unite two royal houses, they united two generations. A new era had begun, not draped in protocol, but in love. And for the world watching, it was more than luxury. It was legacy.